Instagram doesn't stop just because we are in a pandemic, and it's sad to say it, but it's like, people always ask me, they're like, hey Ty, like how's work going? And I was like, it's going, you know, like I have no other choice but to wake up and create content because this is my job.
Yeah.
You know?
And to make
So
opportunities for yourself during right now where
and it's
everything's
like,
stagnant.
it doesn't stop. Like, of course, like brands and everything is a little bit different, but it's like when we come out of this, like you have to be prepared for whatever could happen. And the influencer industry is not like, you know, the restaurant industry. It's like people don't like they need influencers, but it's like you don't need influencers to stay alive.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you need to be your own boss, be self-motivating, and like if you want something, you have to get it, regardless of the situation that you're in.
Agreed, 100%. What challenges did you face when you first started?
Girl, everything.
Share them.
Confidence I didn't have. I'm a completely different person from 5 years ago. I was going through a lot because of like my natural hair journey. If anybody is on here and knows like what it entails, it's like it's really emotional. And if you're a minority, like if you're a Hispanic woman or you're mixed or you're African American, anything like that, and you have curly hair, like it's a lot more deep rooted than just the hair on your head. Yeah. So going through that while trying to navigate like posting and looking cute and like comparing myself to like other influencers, because I was in 2015, it was completely different. Yeah. So it was like a lot of like personal growth that I was going through, but also like just worried and scared because I didn't have anybody that understood the influencer world. So I was just like kind of lost. But then I'm like I said, I'm like a huge self-motivator. So I was like, okay, if I don't have anybody in this, like I'm going to just research stuff. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to watch YouTube videos. I'm going to go out and network and like put myself out there because I don't have any choice. And it's like, if I want to be successful with this and I want it to be like an actual, like more than just a hobby, like you really have to push yourself. So it was like half personal growth and half just like navigating alone and like not really knowing how to build these relationships with other women that were going through the same thing. Because like I said, I have a lot of guy friends. So it was different. And my mom has straight blonde hair. So she's like, good luck, girl.
No, I get that because for me, for curly, I'm trying to do my curly journey to be more confident wearing it on camera, to be able to do photo shoots with more curly hair and still feel cute. So I totally get that feeling inside because so often I still feel like I want to press my hair. I want to straighten my hair as opposed to just wearing it naturally. And it is such a struggle, as you said, for so many different women of color to just go natural and stay natural and finding products that work and 100%.
Girl, and it's I still talk about this to this day with like a lot of my close influencer friends that are of color. We will forever struggle on set. We will forever struggle in the media. We will forever struggle in the public eye because we're different. Yeah. And it's like you really have to build a thick skin out here because nobody really cares. Like they don't care if you look crazy. They're like, oh, let me just put her together and it'll work. There'll be 3 other influencers on the set and they'll look pristine and your hair will be a big pro. Like we always talk about like my close core group of influencer friends that were like, hey, like how did that shoot go? Like were you treated equally? Like did you have a stylist of color? Like did you feel uncomfortable? Like it's down to the point where sometimes like we all have these like things that we do. Like I'll come with my foundation. I don't let anybody else put foundation on me, and it's sad, but it's like, you look like a ghost and it like looked terrible for me. And then I'm doing a bad job at representing myself. And it's just like a really tricky, sad situation, but it's like something that you really have to build a thick skin over because it happens to all of us and it's going to continue to happen, but we have to like advocate for other women in the industry, that are going through it as well and be vocal about it. It's okay to speak up and it's okay to say that this is not my color or can I have someone who can do my hair? And it's like those things, like it's hard and it makes us uncomfortable. And it's like, you know what, let me just straighten my hair.
No, I love that.
It's like a cycle, and it's sucks.
I love that you said that because my next question was going to be what are challenges that you face currently? And it's even funny to even think that in the influencer world, those are certain things that can arise. I have someone here that said, what would you say is the best way to grow a following now in 2020?
Be as authentic as possible, continue to be yourself because that's honestly the only thing that you have against other people. It's like everybody can create an Instagram post, everybody can buy a camera, but nobody can be you. And I think that's like my strongest asset is like, I am so keen on like who I am and my individuality in this space. And I think that's what makes me more successful than somebody else, because there's not a day that somebody can tell me like who I am, you know, like only I can tell you who I am. And I'm going to always be myself 100%, no matter the job, the brand, the platform, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm always going to be 100% myself. And I think that's so important for anybody who's starting anything.
I love that. You're hitting the questions, Ty, before I even get to them, because I was definitely going to ask that. Like, what separates you as an influencer? You nailed it on the head, because if you follow Tyla, you will go to her page and you'll just see how authentic she is. She loves her streetwear. She loves her sneakers. She's a healthy eater. She went through her acne transition. Like, she lays it out there. She is so transparent. So I really do love that. And I love that you answered that. So I would have to say, although you've worked with big brands and like H&M, Primark, Nike, Puma, of course, I know you get the constant question, how do you get those? And what would you say to people who want to know?
What I've learned throughout like my journey is every year in the beginning of the year, I always like write like a list of brands and a list of things that I want to accomplish. So one was like last year, 2019, I had H&M on like the top of my list, because I've always worn H&M. It's always been a brand that I spent like tons of money on in high school, college. It was like a go-to store for me, and I was always buying it. And I was like, oh my God, imagine like I can be like in the store, or imagine I can like just represent for the brand one day. So I put it on top of my goal list, and I told myself, I'm like, Ty, we're gonna manifest this, and you can do it. Doesn't matter how you're gonna do it, because sometimes you don't get paid immediately. I think people think that when
they
it's
do,
like you need to be paid instantly, and that's not how it works. Especially in the beginning, I can't even tell you how many things I've done for free or for 99 cents.
Amen.
For so long, because you have to show people that you're worth it. I know if I owned a humongous brand, I'm not going to just put any old Bob on my campaign. Like, I want to see that you connect with the brand. I want to see that you can like be confident in yourself and have this like align with what the brand speaks on, you know? So it was a lot of manifesting what I wanted and doing the steps that I had to do to get there. So it's like, I wanted to work with H&M. So you know what? I'm going to pump out this organic content so that they notice me one way or the other. You know, and that means like consistently tagging, consistently hashtagging, consistently engaging on their page, and just like watching to seeing like what other influencers they're working with and what are these influencers doing that like they're getting the attention. And I'm like, you know what, Ty, like now you're gonna buckle down and get into like research mode, because it's like the only way to get what you want is to, you know, push yourself to do the steps to get there.
Yeah.
So basically that, it was like manifesting, and I'll never forget the time that I got my first email from them. And I focus on H&M just because it's like, that was like a full circle moment for me. And it was like a really like emotional thing.
Yeah, this girl's on H&M billboards. You go in the store, you're going to see Tyla's face right there. Hello. Okay.
So that was like
too.
It was a really, really emotional part of my career, and I would never forget all the things, and I'm so grateful because I worked so hard for it. So yeah, I think I covered everything. Yeah.
So